what you might have, jealous of how you may carry yourself. People are jealous of how you may look. They're jealous for whatever reason. They're jealous. And the reason they don't like you is because it's not that you've done anything to them, but your existence upsets them. And then furthermore, what makes them even more upset than the fact that you exist or you have something or you look a certain way or whatever, a way that they want or something they desire or envy. But what makes it worse is that you don't appear to be pressed or you don't appear to be needy of them in any kind of way. It's crazy. Like, I've literally had people in my lifetime who did not like me, who could not stand me, and I've never done a thing to them. And so they would say, well, Kirk is, he's arrogant. But they label me, they'll call me arrogant because they're upset at the fact that my confidence is not predicated on them. That my strength has nothing to do with them, and that's problematic for them. And see, this is what we deal with, folks. You have people in this life who are around you who want to take the credit, be given some of the credit at least, or some recognition for how well you're doing in a certain way, in a certain aspect of your life. They want to take credit. They want to be a part of the parade. But then those same people who want to take credit for you doing better or doing okay and who want to be a part of the parade will blame you if you make a mistake. So if you make a mistake or you don't do as well, they're going to blame you that it's your fault when you fail. But they get the credit when you succeed. You get where I'm going? So that they want to blame you when you mess up. But then they want the credit when you have any kind of success. And what they would do is when you have success without them, they make noise about other things when the reality is they're just mad because you're making it without them. And they had no, without them, and they had no real interest in your happiness. See, you got people who say that they want you happy. They want you successful. They want you at peace. They want you healthy. They're praying for the best for you. But it seems as if when those things begin to happen to you, it becomes a problem for them. So the reality is they had no interest in your success in the first place. What they had interest in was control. So what they do is they try to distract you with things that have nothing to do with the core issue. And the core issue is you're upset at me because I'm this without you. And you blame me when I do that when I'm with you. You see, it doesn't work like that, folks, but that's what people do and they get us in these traps. I'll tell you about a person I know. And it breaks my heart when I think about her because, you know, I always thought she's a strong lady and I got a lot of respect for her and, you know, just always thought, you know, good things. Had our moments, but, you know, good person. But the person she's with treats her horribly. He runs around and he messes with whatever woman he desires. And she takes it. He treats her like dirt. Basically tells her she's nothing. But she's always trying to draw this utopian picture of their relationship when she knows that this guy treats her like dirt. Like flat out dirt. And she's afraid to leave him, afraid to be without him. And it's really, really sad because I know this person is far greater than that. I've seen this person when they were strong. I've seen what she's capable of. But she allows herself to get caught up in the distractions when she knows in her heart of hearts what the real issue is. But yet she takes it out of fear of being alone. And see, that's one of the greatest tricks that people play on us. I'm telling you. It's one of the greatest tricks one of the greatest, most crafty evils we deal with. Because we have allowed people to convince us that our lives would be horrible without them. They convinced us that if we don't have them, we're nothing. And to the point where they don't even have to say it, we say it to ourselves. We have convinced ourselves that somehow your whole life and your whole existence, your whole purpose in life is predicated on another human being. That ought not to be. Your existence and your value, your self-value, your self-worth, your destiny, your goals, your dreams, all these things should never be predicated on a single external force. No human being walking the earth should ever have control over your future. No human being walking the earth should have control over your value and how you see yourself. You can't let another person do that. Because as soon as they realize, listen, as soon as they realize that you believe that your entire happiness, your whole world, your whole existence is predicated on them, as soon as they recognize that they have the keys to your heart, to your mind, to your hopes, to your dreams, to everything, as soon as they realize that they have the key, they're going to treat you as such. It happens to the best of us. As soon as they recognize, I control him, I control her, he won't make it without me, she is nothing without me. They're going to treat you accordingly if you let them. And as much as we love people, love each other, love this person, I get it, love, okay, it's amazing. But even your love for a person should not trump your love for yourself. And you can't allow yourself to be tricked and go for the okie doke. See, listen, you can't allow the distractions, right, from the real issue, because that's what happens. And I'll repeat this. That if, listen, people, we're working on it. None of us is perfect. But you can't allow people, because here's how we get upset or we hurt ourselves. So you let a person they get upset with you because you're having success and they didn't get the credit. So now, because you know they feel that way, every chance you get, you're trying to give them credit. A shout out, a thank you. Not because you believe they had anything to do with your success, but because you want to please and appease them and to cool the heat of their anger. Then what you do is you kowtow and you give them credit for stuff that they didn't even do, but you just give them credit because you want them happy. Okay, fine, compromise, I get it. So if that makes him happy, if that makes her happy, to be alongside you and take credit for your happiness or whatever your success, give it, okay, fine. But then the very same person blames you when you make a mistake. So your failures are your fault. Although whatever indiscretion or failure or mistake you made, I'm gonna air quote that, whatever it is, they may have drove you to it. My mom used to say, y'all gonna drive me to drinking. Now I know I'm dating myself, but back in the day when we were coming up, a famous quote, edict, when we came up was, you're gonna drive me to drinking. And she was saying that we were so bad as kids that it's gonna make her start drinking, be alcoholic. But even though the person drove you to drinking, they did something to push you over the edge or drove you to this or that, then they get upset at you for what they caused you to do. So that's your fault. So you need to work on it. You need to fix it. You need to say sorry. You need to apologize and get yourself together. So now what happens is that person never takes responsibility. They're never plausible, right? Never accountable. And you have to carry the weight on both sides. So if you succeed and you don't give them credit, that's a problem. If you fail and you blame them, that's a problem. So who are you stuck with? You. So you carry the burden and all the weight is on you. But see, it's a distraction, folks. The reality is you got people who don't like you. They don't like your success. They don't like where you're headed. They don't like your strength. They just don't like you. Some people just, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter how you act, there's nothing you can do to ever get these people to like you. So because they're cowards and they're afraid to admit what the real problem is, they try to kill you with distractions and then put it all on you. The reality is you don't like me. You don't want me, okay? Don't play like you want me, okay? Don't do that because I know you really don't. But see, this is what we do. We do that because a lot of times it's convenient for us to have people around us who we really don't like, but we get something from them, so we use them. And so it's like you know, I really don't like this person, but being associated with this person benefits me in such and such a way. So that's all you are, is you become something that people are using for their benefit. But as soon as the benefits run out, where do you think you're going to end up? Where do you think you're going to end up when you're no longer beneficial to this person or to these people? When you're no longer an asset, then you become a liability. And no one likes liabilities. So then they get rid of you. That's how it works. And a lot of us are way too nice. You're too kind. You're too sweet. You're too patient. You wait too long. You wait way too long. And it's time for you to man up, woman up, stand up, straighten your back, square your shoulders up, and stand up for what you believe in, which to start with, you should be believing in yourself. Because people love to distract us with what the real problem is. Like listen, kids do this. So you ever catch your children, if you have children or know of children, when they get caught doing something they shouldn't be doing, then they start crying or doing something to distract from the obvious. That they you know, like, you know, my sons, when they were little, you know, they would like lay all out on the floor and cry and kick and scream. When the reality is, you know, they did this. Or if they had to take out the trash, they would get mad about, well, I didn't put any trash in there, it's not my day, or whatever. Just go off about the trash. And no matter how mad they got, by the time they stopped being upset, they still had to take the trash out. But they were trying to distract from what the issue was. And see, that's what people do. Like, they get loud, or they start coming up with stuff that has nothing to do with the argument or nothing to do with the problem that you're discussing, or they bring up old stuff that you did or whatever that has nothing to do with the issue. They're trying to distract you from the problem. And so what we do, we get caught up in distractions and never address the problem. Because see, a lot of times the problem don't require as many words as a distraction. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like we don't even have to get into all these problems. Problems are problems. Problems here, problems there, issues here, issues there. All these distractions. Let's get to the root of it. See, that's what we don't like to do. We don't like to deal with the root of the problem because we hate being held accountable. And nobody likes to be wrong. So we hate to be wrong. And so if we hate to be wrong, listen, how do you think we feel about admitting when we're wrong? We hate getting caught. And we hate admitting when we're wrong. So because we don't want to be wrong, look wrong, or confess that we're wrong, or admit that we're wrong, we distract and deflect. And too often we take the bait. And then we blame ourselves. I mean, do you see how crazy that is? That's what happens. But that's the price you pay when you place your value, your hopes, your dreams, and who you believe you are, who you think you are. You put it all on another individual. Again, no one person, no external force, no group, no church, no job, no club, no fraternity, no sorority, no civic group, right? No club, no family member, whoever they are. close family member or extended family member, no one on this earth should have control over how you see yourself. Should have control over your happiness, and you should not put all. In other words, one of the worst things you can say is to a person, I couldn't live without you. Yes, you can. That's one of the biggest lies people ever tell. That's one of the greatest lies in the history of lies, and they put it in movies and all that stuff. I can't live without you. Now, you might not want to live, might not like life without them. Like I wouldn't. It would be messed up if you wasn't here. But when you tell someone you can't live without them, you're lying. Kirk, how do you know it's a lie? Well, I'll be general here. If it happens all the time, people die every day. People die every day. What happens when they die? So do everybody just, when they die, do everybody who said they couldn't live without them, they just die that day? If that's how it went, if that was the rule, that if you ever tell a person you can't live without them, then you're forever tied to them. And as soon as they die, you're going to die, no matter when. If that was a rule, how many people would be saying, I can't live without you? Not very many. Okay? I'm not saying that there aren't situations like that where, it's the absolute truth. I'm not saying that. But on its face, it's a lie. And when a person knows that, you think that, they're going to treat you like that. And you're going to do whatever it takes. Listen, and part of the work that I do, I'm engaged in, is we work with a lot of women who are survivors of domestic violence, right? Who either are being abused or have been abused, right? By abusers. Now, in many cases, it's men abusing women. Not that women don't abuse men, I get it. But I'm just saying, most cases, in our business, we deal primarily with women who have been victims of domestic violence. Now, domestic violence can be physical, it can be verbal, it can be emotional, whatever. And time again, if you talk to those survivors, one of the number one things, the top things that their abusers do, they establish dominance over them. And you know how they do that? They establish dominance by telling them or making them believe they can't live without them. They can't survive without them. That they're going to be poor and hungry and homeless and useless without them. And they tell them they're ugly and nobody wants them and all this other stuff. And they buy into that and they use that to establish dominance over another human being. So no matter how much this person abused this woman, right? They stay with them. Even though this person might be hitting her and all kind of stuff, they stay around. And people say, well, why do you do that? Why don't you just leave? See, but it ain't that easy, folks. When someone has established dominance over you, and this can be built up over years, when they establish dominance over you, you can't just walk away from that because that person has become your God. Listen, when somebody establishes dominance over you, and they control your thinking and how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. And again, domestic violence is not always physical. Somebody can emotionally abuse you by establishing dominance over your mind and control you. And most people don't think that's domestic violence because you can't see it because it's not black and blue. But I'm here to tell you, domestic violence ain't black and blue only. You can be domestically abusing somebody emotionally by controlling them. That's abuse in my mind. And when they establish that dominance, you just can't walk away from that because that person has become your God effectively. And they know it. So they treat you like they're God. Go here, go there. You can't wear this. You can't wear that. Do your hair like this. Be home by this time. They can't be your friend. You can't work there. You can't take that promotion. You can't go to college. You can't get a degree. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to. Oh my God, is that lipstick? Are you kidding? Are you wearing makeup? Who gave you permission to wear makeup? How dare you look pretty and you belong to me? Oh, look at you. You got another tattoo. Oh my God, what are you doing? Is your shirt off? Oh my God, you can't take your shirt off. No one's allowed to see you without a shirt on. Who do you think you are? Oh, how dare you be happy without me making you happy? How dare you have a mind of your own without me controlling it? How dare you have a bank account that I don't have access to? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? Although you make your own money, it's not yours, but it's his, but it's hers, because they've established dominance over you and they control you and you do whatever they say. And when they're not around, you're afraid that they might be. See, that's God. That's God. They try to do what God does. And oh my God, is that cologne? Is that perfume? Woo! Is that another piece of jewelry around your neck? What are you trying to do? What's wrong with you? Are you smoking a cigar? Oh my God, don't smoke a cigar. You're not allowed to do that. Is that a cocktail? Oh, not on my watch. Can't do that. Oh, why are you smiling? I didn't make you smile. I decide when you smile. Are those pantyhose? Did I buy those? Who gave you permission to wear those pantyhose? I'm in control of you. You wear what I say wear. Listen, I control your excitement. Don't get too happy, because if you're too happy, then something's going on. You must be cheating. You must be sleeping around. It must be somebody else you messing with, because you're way too strong. You're too stable. You can't be this happy and not have somebody else. What are you doing, you evil woman? You evil man. And then what you do is you bow down, you kowtow, you shrink, because you don't want them upset. So when you're happy, you hide it, so you won't be happy around them. You see that nice dress, but you won't buy it because you're scared of what he might think if you ever put it on. You don't get that tattoo because, oh, God forbid you do that, because if you get a tattoo, you must be trying to get some more women. Oh my God. See, oh no, how dare I spend the money I worked hard for on something I want without your permission. See, y'all, the person is trying to be God. That's what I'm saying. And no person on this earth, nowhere, no how, can ever be God. Only God can be God. So you can't control when I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I come, when I go. Yeah, I believe in being respectful and all of that stuff. I get all of that, but you don't control everything in the air that I breathe. Listen, my whole life can't be predicated on you. You know why? Because you're going to let me down. Listen, if you hurt me, I might want to hurt myself. You know how many people commit suicide and attempt suicide because of what somebody else said or did to them? You know how many people are self-destructive because of what somebody said or did to them, and they fall apart over that because that person was their whole life. Never shall that be the case. And some of y'all got to stand up and turn around from that stuff. Yeah, it hurts sometimes, but man, you got to be courageous. You got to be brave. You need to have the gall and stand up and take control over you and take it out of the hands of people. And I don't care who they are. I don't care if you've been with them 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Listen, I don't care how long you've been with this person. You don't let nobody control you. You take control over you. You decide. They don't decide. They're not God. You go have a conversation with God, and everything I'm saying, run it by him and see what I'm saying, if what I'm saying is the truth or not. But we let pastors and churches and jobs and bosses and friends and cousins and children and siblings, you let all these people control you. And however they react to you, you let views control you. If you don't get enough views, you don't get enough likes, you don't get enough comments, you let all these external things decide you for you. Man, none of these things or these people or these groups or these organizations or these institutions or these companies, they have no control over who you are. You take control back from them. Now, when you come back out and you now have seized control of you, you are now at the tower. You sitting at the 1B throne. God at the 1A throne, you sit at the 1B throne. And you done took control and you represent yourself to these individuals and groups. They're gonna see a different person. But let me tell you, this happened to me. So here's what you got to be prepared for when you start making these changes. See, when you step out into the world, and the world that once had control over you, the world that once decided how you see yourself, the world that once controlled pulled all the levers and turned all the knobs for your happiness meter, when you represent yourself to this group, to this world, to these individuals, to these people, and you're no longer in need of them like you used to be, and you're no longer dependent on them like you used to be, then they're not going to react well to that, okay? Because people don't like losing control. They're going to start making up stuff. They're going to start creating stuff and making up stories about you. And they're going to test you, and they're going to see if you really changed like you say you did. So they're going to poke you and see if you respond like you used to. And they can't wait for you to respond like you used to and say, oh, told you Kirk ain't no better. He's still that. And people who know me can tell you this. Find people who know me, who be around me, and you can ask them, say riddle me this. How is it that look Kirk, he a different man. Man, he's responding to certain things. He don't even respond the same way no more. Man, it's certain people that bother him, man, he don't even think about. See, when you come back out like that, because see, I feel like this. To me, it's a dishonor. I think you're dishonoring God. This is my opinion. You dishonoring God when you let people control you like that, because you letting them replace him. See, God don't play that. They didn't create you, God did. And so I want to encourage y'all, just grow. Stop worrying about the distractions, okay? And force people to the real problem. Forget the distraction. What's the real issue? Forget all the noise. See, and again, people lie. And so I have a number of attorney friends, right? Some of y'all might be familiar with this. This is an attorney in legal circles. This is something they talk about in court cases. And again, I'm paraphrasing. People may say it differently, but this is important. So lawyers, they talk about when they're in court, right? And they're trying to case, whatever the case may be, something's going on, and they say, when a court battle, when a person don't have the facts, right? They bang on the law. So I don't have the facts ain't in my favor, but I got the law in my favor, right? And then if I don't have the truth, then I bang on facts. And if I don't have either, I bang on tables, like I make noises and distractions. And so let me give you an example. So let's say you driving 60 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone, right? Is that illegal? That's illegal, right? So you drive and so that you're speeding, so the police pull you over, okay? So the law is you supposed to drive 35, you driving 60. You breaking the law. That's the law. But the facts are you were rushing your pregnant wife to the hospital and she was in labor, right? So sometimes the law, right? The law is one thing, but the facts are something entirely different. So you might have so you can argue, okay, yeah, he broke the law, but it's for a good reason. So his intentions were not bad. But see, when you don't have either the facts or the law on your side, you bang on tables. Here's what people do to us all the time. That when they don't have either on their side, they bang on tables and they get loud. And what we do is we don't pay attention to the fact that they don't have facts or they don't have the truth of the law. We just focus on the table because they're so loud. So we put all our energy in to stop banging on the table. Stop banging on the table. Stop banging on the tables. See, somebody just invited you to an argument and you accepted the invitation. So now you're distracted. But the truth and the core is something far deeper. Far deeper than that. But you're trying to trick me. And so we let people bog us down and weigh us down with garbage, man. With flat out garbage. Some people jealous, like I said, they're jealous of you, they're mad at you, then let them be then. That's the root of it is they're just jealous. So stop trying to act like you mad at me because I didn't text you back. Look what you got on. Were you some kind of hoe or something? Look how you dressed. Were you a prostitute? What, you trying to go get a man or something? Man, that's a distraction. The problem is you insecure. Like, Don't be trying to make it look like my dress is wrong. No, you insecure. You got a weakness somewhere, and maybe you ain't on your A game or something. Maybe you worried about somebody sliding into your slot. So what does that say about you? That ain't my issue. You know, who you think you are? These women, they think you. That ain't my problem with what women think. I ain't out there trying to make no woman think nothing about me. I'm doing Kirk Ray. You know what I mean? That ain't my problem. I'm good. You follow? But I'm telling y'all right now, man. Y'all listen. The sooner, especially if you younger, listen. The sooner y'all learn this, you better take the power out of other people's hands early, and you better get good at it. The power of your happiness and your satisfaction, you better take it out of people's hands and learn how to do it early in life, and your life will be better for it, because then you're going to be less stressful. This is why we die early. This is why we have all type of heart attacks and strokes. You know, we get all out of shape. We get sick. We're unhealthy. We break down. Look, let me tell you a story. Can I tell you a story about a woman? Let me tell you a story about a woman. All right, this is about a woman. I'm about to wrap this up in a minute. All right, but check it out. Here's a story, and let's say her name is let's see. Let me make up a name. Let's call her a state. All right, okay. So the girl, her name is Arizona. All right, we're gonna call her. So Arizona. So I'm gonna tell you about this lady named Arizona. So here's Arizona, right? Arizona has all these dreams. She meets a guy, and she believes this guy is everything. He's the world. He's amazing. Oh, Arizona's so happy. So Arizona loves this man no matter what. And this man goes out and he cheats on her several times. Come on, man, you know how we do. You know the men's history, how guys, how we are, especially when we're young. You know how it is. So he cheats on her, but she sticks with him. Stays with him. Right? But the thing about it, what he does is he controls Arizona. And Arizona ain't really paying attention to it because she think his control means that he loves her. So he don't really hit her or nothing like that. But he treats her bad. No matter what he does, she always forgives him because Arizona is such an optimistic person. She's such a wonderful person, and she just believes in just the best is all. She believes in this utopia that'll happen someday. Eventually, he'll treat me better. All right, and so he starts to realize, I control Arizona. And Arizona don't really check and see what I'm doing, what I'm up to. But I'm always checking to see what Arizona is doing. So when Arizona comes home, she has to give me her phone. So I can check and see who Arizona been texting. I put the GPS on. And I got apps and stuff where I can follow her and record her calls. And I got this thing in her car, and everywhere she goes, I know exactly where she is. And she's supposed to call and check in with me every hour on the hour. Now, she can text me, and I'll get back to her when I get ready. But I just want to make sure she's doing what I'm telling her to do. And so every time Arizona goes to the store, goes shopping, I have to check all her clothes before she comes in. Because if she buys something I don't like, then she's going to have to take it back because I don't like it. Because she ain't allowed to wear it. So I keep it. Because that's how me and Arizona don't really question Arizona, just trying to whatever. Okay, then one day Arizona wakes up and realizes, wait a minute, there's more to life than what he's showing me. And he's making me think that there's nothing else to it. But so Arizona stay faithful. And although Arizona had thoughts and dreams, she put them all down because she wanted to please him and all that. And so she has kids and do all this other stuff. And then, and then she started gaining weight. And she started looking in the mirror and don't like how she looked no more. Now, Arizona used to be fine, but she just feel ugly. Got all these stretch marks, all this flab. And he tells you ain't that pretty. Man, you pretty to me, maybe not to other people, but to me. And but she started to get down on herself and stop liking herself. But he ain't really paying attention because as long as Arizona's cooking, cleaning, showing up, having sex with him, doing all the stuff she's supposed to be doing, then he ain't really paying attention to no other aspects of Arizona. So every time Arizona looks like she has another thought or an idea, or Arizona has a dream that he doesn't agree with, then he gets upset. So Arizona a peacemaker, so she ain't gonna say nothing because after all, I'm Arizona. It's sunny and warm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just come down because I don't want to make him upset because I want to make sure he's happy at all times because I know if he's unhappy, I'm unhappy. If he's sad, I'm sad. And all my hopes and dreams are predicated on him. Although I'm Arizona, I'm not acting much like it, am I? But I'm going to do what he says, because that's what Arizona gets older and older. And and her kids grow up and they move out. And so now Arizona ain't really got much left. He ain't really around. He doing whatever he want to do, living his life. And Arizona's sitting there and on her porch. And Arizona, she just see life passing her by. She thinks about all those times she could have did this and did that. She could have went to school, but she didn't go because he didn't want her to. She should have went to the gym and got herself together, but she didn't because he didn't want her to. She could have got that promotion, but she never went for that job because he didn't want her to. And she could have took a trip, but she didn't take it because he didn't want her to. And so he told her, if you get on a plane, you're going to die. So she never got on a plane. So she even scared to drive on the highway. Listen, Arizona won't even do nothing. Arizona won't do nothing at all. She just sit there and wait. And for him to approve and take her by the hand and tell her where to go or when she can go. And she lives like that until one day she realizes she hates herself and it takes her own life. Because she never really became Arizona. She never really lived out her name. Never lived out her purpose, because he did whatever he wanted. So, and listen, Arizona was young when she took her own life. So listen, he was free to go mess around and remarry and live a happy life with somebody else. While who suffers? Arizona suffers. And you tell how many of y'all on your way to Arizona? How many of y'all act like Arizona? Be in such a way, men, women, don't matter. Stop it. Stop it now. And take control. Kill me. I'd much rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Take me out now. Because I ain't living a life with limits. I'm not living beneath my purpose and my abilities. I'm not putting my dreams on hold. I'm not giving up on myself to make another person happy. I'm not setting myself on fire to keep another person warm. I refuse to put holes in my body so they can pass stuff through me. It's more to me than my body. You ain't just gonna lay down and ravage my body and do whatever you want to and treat me like a game and like a toy, and you get up and do what you want, but I can't do what I want, but you can, and I gotta sit there and take it. No more. Don't be like Arizona. That's her name and she never became it. And you don't want to get old and die and be on your deathbed regretting, never realizing your dreams, never doing things that make you happy, never pursuing and setting goals for yourself. Never, 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 never. Because of somebody else, you put all your hopes and dreams in them. And people saying, he said, Arizona, I can't live without you. And as soon as you die, they move on. So much for that, Arizona. So I had to get to a point in my life. I said, man, I've been giving all these people, for years, everything I got. And always checking to see if they happy with me. Happy with what I'm doing. Happy with what I'm saying. Happy with how I'm performing. Happy, happy, happy. And that was my whole purpose in life. It's just all these external things. And anytime that was disrupted, then I would beat up on myself. And then I would blame myself for their discretions and their mistakes. I would blame myself for it, man. And give them credit for things that I developed between me and God. I developed. God taught me straight up. But I would give certain people credit because I wanted them to feel appreciated and be happy. And those very same people turned around to betray me. And to lie to me. And to break my heart. And I look at myself and I'm unhappy with me because of what they said or because of what they did or what they didn't say or what they didn't do. And then I break myself down and I let them crush me. Man, I put them in God's position. And you can't put a human in God. I don't care who they are. There's more to life than this, right? It's got to be, right? It's got to be. Come on. It's got to be more to life than this. You are not a loser or a failure. No one controls what happens. Nobody controls how you see yourself. You are beautiful. You are fine. You are handsome. You are amazing. You're still sexy. You still got it. That's right. Hey, bro, you still look good, homie. That's all right. Just shave a little bit, clean it up. You still got it. You know what I mean? No, don't let nobody tell you that. Okay, they cheated on you. That's okay. That ain't your fault. Let them go. Let them do what they need to do. You keep pressing. Listen, you still vertical. It ain't over yet. Keep going. Going. Chugga, 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 chugga. There's a little engine that could. Chugga, 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 chugga. Keep going. And take power out of people's hands, man. Stop letting them control you and bring up old stuff to crush you. Those are distractions for the real problem. And they try to get you on that. And because we fall for it every single time, they get us and we get distracted from the real problem. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Take them shackles and them chains off. If they don't love you, then let them go. They didn't love you anyway. They didn't love you. They love how you are because you're a freaking slave and scared of them. That's why they love you, because you were scared. Stop being scared. Stop arguing and going back and forth with a person that don't like you for real. Stop arguing and going back and forth with a person that want to take credit for all your success but don't want no responsibility when it comes to your failures, even though they might have called you to do this stuff in the first place. Get away from those people. I don't care who they are. Man, listen, I'll pack my bags and I'll go live in the street first before I let somebody control me, man. And that's facts. I ain't living my life like no coward. I ain't getting up every day walking around here scared of what somebody might do to me. Child, please. I ain't gonna tell a single person I can't live without you. I don't want to live without you, but I can't live without you. Trust me. Listen, if you decide to dip on me, I ain't ready to go jump off a bridge. I love my life too much. I love myself too much to take myself out. I got stuff to do. Look, God got me on. I'm on God's agenda. We got stuff to do. If you want to, go on then. And ladies, wear that dress. Go get that weave. And you know me, I ain't smart with hair. I ain't even know the difference. I ain't like crochet, and I don't even know. But I got educated this week on what some of that stuff mean. Whatever it is, get your hair done, crochet or whatever it is, get it done. Get cute. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And don't say sorry to nobody. You done paid your dues. You done worked hard. Girl, do what you did. And do it well. My brother, do your thing, man. Go get that thing cleaned up. Get that beard edged out. You know what I mean? Get nice, smell good. Do your thing, man. Get to the gym. Get that body right. Oh, well. And don't owe nobody no apologies, man. I'm a grown man. I'm Kirk Ray Smith. I'm almost 50 years old, man. I ain't got time to play no games. I ain't got time to run around, do all that dumb stuff, man. I'm doing me right now. I'm focused on me. I ain't got time. Because you know I don't play games anyway. You know why I don't play games? Because if you play games, you might lose. I don't play games, man. I do me, Kirk Ray, every day, all day. KRS-One, not done. I can never make a mistake being me. I might mess up trying to be somebody else, but I ain't never going to go wrong being Kirk Ray Smith. What about you? What say you? What's who you going to be every day? I ain't going to be nobody but me. And if you think I'm going to say sorry for being me, man, something wrong. That's like telling the sun to bow down and the sun to go apologize to the moon for being brighter than the moon is. Sun gonna roll up on the moon talking about my bad. I ain't mean to be this bright. Child, please. Child, please. But yo, so look, man. Don't listen. Stop focusing on the distraction and hone in on the problem and hold people accountable. You do you. Stay up, man. 1.